In this video, I'm going to be talking about lighting, how to light your scene for an interview, and I will be covering the most common and one of the easiest lighting setups in use, and how you can achieve good results without professional lighting equipment using common household objects and the existing ambient light in your location. Let's start with the most common lighting setup in use. This is called the 3-point lighting setup. It's called this because there are 3 lights in use: the key light, the fill light, and the backlight. The key light is the main light used to illuminate the subject. It is placed in front of the subject, but just to the side. This way their face is lit, but it also gives their face shape as it creates shadows. You don't want it really bright, as this will cause the face to be blown out or overexposed. You can change the intensity by changing the distance the light is from the subject, and also by using what is called diffusion, which is just a way of softening a light using something that looks like this. Next is the fill light. This is supposed to fill in the details of the dark side of the subject. It's not supposed to completely counter the key light and get rid of all the shadows the key light created, but instead just fill in some of the details there. It is normally not going to be as bright as the key light and would generally be further away from the subject or more diffused. It is placed in front of, but on the other side of the subject as the key light. Depending on how bright and intense the fill light is, will change the feel of a scene. If it is a very dim fill light, you'll get a very dark film noir effect, making a character look sinister and mysterious. You generally don't want this for an interview. Having a brighter fill light will make the subject appear more evenly lit and natural, much more preferable for an interview. The last light is the backlight, also called the rim light. This is generally placed behind the subject, but far enough away and above or to the side enough so that it doesn't appear on frame. The light adds more depth to the image. It gives the subject a slightly highlighted edge, making them stand out from the background more and highlighting their shape. You do have to be careful with the backlight though, as if it is too bright or pointed directly towards the camera lens, it will have a negative effect on the image. Making the light super bright and directly behind the subject will create this effect. This is called backlighting your subject. It makes a kind of halo glow effect around them and puts their front completely in shadow, making them look more like a silhouette. This is sometimes done for artistic effect, but would not be desirable for an interview. Having the light shining directly into the camera lens will cause a flare to be present, which again is sometimes done for artistic effect, but generally not desirable for an interview. Now, you may be thinking, this is all really great to know, but I don't have any lighting equipment. However, you don't need to use a 3-point lighting setup to get a well-lit scene, and you don't need professional equipment. You can use the ambient lighting of a location, the light that is already there, whether that be from the sun or from artificial lights in the room, and you can use common office and household objects to enhance this. For example, say the place you are filming in has a big window. You can use this to your advantage. Place the subject facing the window and film them from the perspective of the window. You'll very likely get a nicely lit subject just by placing them in front of an already available light source. I'm currently standing next to a window, which I'm using as my key light. I would avoid filming people in front of a window though, as you will then be backlighting them and getting the effects like I stated before. You can even make your own lighting equipment. It is fairly easy to make basic stuff. Just by grabbing a desk lamp and plugging it in, you can use that as a key light for your subject. What if the lampshade isn't a directional one? No problem. You can make your own lampshade using your trusty friend, aluminium foil. Grab a sheet of that, take the lampshade off your lamp, and wrap the foil around the fixture to create a directional lampshade. Sorted. You may not be able to get your hands on a lamp. Also not a problem. Grab a piece of cardboard or a chopping board or anything that is flat and light really, and wrap some aluminium foil around it. And voila, you have a reflector. All you need to do is stand near the camera and position the reflector to direct light from a light source, like a ceiling light or a window, towards your subject. It's as easy as that. Here's an example. This is a plain room lit by a window. If I place the reflector in the same shot, directing the light from the window to my face, look at the difference it makes. Not bad for some cardboard and foil, right? So that is a quick look at a basic lighting technique and some ways you can make your own light sources. Lighting a scene is all about being creative, and using the resources you have available at your disposal. There are many things you can do or make to have a well-lit scene without having to use professional equipment. And all you need to do is think creatively. Hopefully you've got a basic understanding of how to light a scene, with or without professional equipment. So go out there and shoot some well-lit scenes.